you know what time it is. It's your boy Trevor David Jones back in the game. And I haven't done one of these in a while, a ranking. But you know what? Today's the day, also now's the time. And as you can see in the title, it's the top 10 anime of all time. Now here's the thing. Anime is a very contentious topic. Like, people can basically come to like fist fighting over which anime are the best. So these are my picks for the best, but I know anyone who sees this list is gonna get charged up. But I'm not too concerned about that. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Number 10, Gargantia on the Virtuous Planet, okay? This anime a lot of people don't even know about, but that's not the point. This anime is dope. It's on Netflix, that's where I found it and I watched it, and it's just great. It's this future, very Waterworld-esque, where the whole planet has become flooded. And, there's these people basically trying to survive. So they have mechs and things of that nature. And as the story goes on, you learn the history of this planet, and it's insane. It's insane. You want to talk about a plot twist? Watch this anime. It made the top 10 list of all time because it's just that crazy. So highly recommended. Anything on this list is recommended. Gargantia on the Virtuous Planet. Check that out immediately. Number 9, an all-time classic, Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. What you gonna do without Gundam Wing? What are you going to do without Gundam Wing? It's a true classic. Like many, I was introduced to this show through the eyes of Toonami, good old afternoon, after-school anime showcase, basically, that Cartoon Network put on. And little did we know that it would essentially like change the world, definitely change the culture for anyone in my age group, a little older and a little younger. Like, it changed everything. I could do a whole video on that, At any rate, Mobile Suit Gundam Wing is just dope. You had Hiro Yui, you had all the pilots. It was our introduction into like these extremely sick like mechs. And they had older shows where maybe you would wake up on like UPN and see, some crazy old school stuff. Like maybe you happen to see a peak of, the original Mobile Suit Gundam. Like Samurai Pizza Cats, that's the kind of stuff that was on. But this was the first showcase. It's like it's on prime time, like 4 in the afternoon, mechs. I mean, the Wing Gundam might still be to this day my favorite Gundam. No, I was gonna say maybe, nah. The Wing Gundam in Endless Waltz, Angel Wings? Come on, man, all time. Mobile Suit Gundam managed to put political elements, like countries going against each other into a show for children. It's arguable if any of these shows for kids or even if anime is for kids, but that's a whole other topic. But they had all these like complex elements and it just worked. It was awesome. The action was top tier. Whenever you saw Hiro Yui come on, screen, the Wing Gundam with the sword, you got hype. Tall Geese, Epion, come on, y'all. Come on now. Trace Kusranada, Zex Marquise. Y'all know what it is. Milliardo Peacecraft? Yeah. Mobile Suit Gundam Wing will always be a classic. Basically, every episode is legit. Endless Waltz is legit. Highly recommended. Number 9 anime of all time. Number 8, Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin is so good that it actually might be in danger of going underrated. It's just a dope show. I mean, you got the reverse blade sword, Kenshin himself. He's so good he can fight people with the backside of his sword. You learn about Seijiro Hiko, extra swole, Hulk mode, his history, the Amikakuru Hiro no Hirameki. Still it's locked in there because these attacks were just insane. Bless you. Godlike speed. Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin had it all, man. Every episode was great. I watched, because there's actually a lot more to the show, and I watched it up till there's like another season where he's blind. A little weird, but it continues the show. But what we were exposed to on Toonami, just like that classic Rurouni Kenshin, the red, gi with the white Hakama pants, like, come on, man. That's all-time stuff. Highly recommended. Rurouni Kenshin is a well-deserved and all-time number 8 on my list. Number 7, Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill. Y'all probably didn't even think I've seen Kill la Kill, but I have. Kill la Kill is just an amazing show. It was made by the same creators who's the next people on the list, but we'll get to that in a second. And everything about it is just top notch. It's at the highest level. The animation itself is like futuristic. That's how good it is. It's just good. The story, you find out about the scissor, obviously the relationship between the two main characters. Bro, don't get me started on Kill la Kill. And the thing about Kill la Kill that kind of makes it what it is, or definitely makes it what it is it's in stark contrast to the next entry on our list. It tells the story of growing up. But this is through the female lens, you know, and they did a great job of it. I would kind of compare it to like Spider-Man Homecoming is growing up in the male point of view, whereas Miss Marvel is growing up in the female point of view, and they both do it at like the highest level. And Kill la Kill was great, you know. I'm not a girl, so I don't personally know how that saga goes, but watching it from the outside looking in, it was great. I would highly recommend Kill la Kill. The action is top. Oh man, the action, the life fibers, bro. Watch this show. It's dope, and it's an easy number 7 on my all-time list. Now, number 6 by the same creators, Gurren Lagann. Yeah, Gurren Lagann is just OP. And Gurren Lagann is one of those shows that like everybody knows is OP, so it's like, you know, I could go on, and I will a little bit. It's just an amazing show. It tells the story of growing up from the male point of view, like you find your internal power, the spiral, you know, self-belief, Kamina, you know, Shimon. Yeah, man. Gurren Lagann, top tier animation. Kill la Kill came out afterwards, so Kill la Kill's animation is actually an improvement upon Gurren Lagann, if you can believe that, because Gurren Lagann is just so amazing. But Gurren Lagann's great. It's an all-time show. It'll hit you right in your heart. And that's the big thing about anime, man. It just encourages you to keep going. That's a big part of basically any anime story is just to keep going. And they do it so well. And this story is literally about that, and also moving up, literally moving like from the bottom to the top. Like, if you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. You need to watch the show. You'll see what I'm talking about. Gurren Lagann, number 6 entry on my list with ease. Like, it's an easy top 10 entry. Number 5. Now we're getting into the top 5. The top 5. These are all-time anime. All of these are, but these are like, you know, now we're in the crust of the pie, so to speak. Dragon Ball Z. It's almost easy to put this on the list. Almost like a cliche, a meme, some would say. But it's well-deserved. You gotta rewind to a time where we didn't know about Dragon Ball Super, where Dragon Ball wasn't so like infused into the general mindset that it's like, you know, it's almost like, you know, saying Superman's your favorite superhero, or like you like, you know, apple pie. Like, it's like, okay, of course you do. It wasn't always like that. We had never heard of anything like this. We had never seen anything like this. You have this kid who turns out to be an alien. And I remember back when I was a kid, they showed Dragon Ball like in the mornings on like Saturdays on UPN, but it wasn't advertised at all. You just happen to catch it when you catch it. People in my age group, you know what I'm talking about. You know about that sneak anime that you like just happen to see. It's like, oh, and it added this mystical quality to it. That was a part of the whole game. Freaking Shogun Warriors, Samurai, where they had the armor, came on Sci-Fi Channel. That was another one that added to the mystique. So yeah, there was just this whole like very mysterious element about anime, stuff we hadn't seen before. But Dragon Ball Z again was prime time Toonami. Still 99% of people hadn't seen it or even heard of anything like that. So when you see Goku like beating people up, Kamehameha, the muscles, bro. And I could do a whole separate video on this. When Goku first goes Super Saiyan, bro, I can still feel that feeling in my body to this day. I remember exactly what I was doing when I saw it. The point is, without going too deep into that, kids weren't ready for that kind of stuff. And that's why it sticks with all of us to this day, because it was like an overload to all of our nervous systems. Like, Goku, you freeze on the planet, rocks are flying up, this alien, Goku's all extra swole, you know, blah, 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 little speech, hair goes gold. Another thing back then that adds to the mystique of anime, we didn't have the internet back then. Well, we had it back when I was like in middle school when all this stuff was happening, but it wasn't even what it is now. So again, anyone in my age group, a little younger, a little older, you know what I'm talking about. So like you couldn't search when does Goku go Super Saiyan or what is a Super Saiyan. It was like random stuff that you had heard about, or you knew this one kid that had like got a manga from like a third cousin, literally from Japan in Japanese. Man, I remember watching like future episodes of Dragon Ball Z that were in the future on the international channel. Shout out to my brothers, both of them, because they were there with me watching this. The international channel, Sunday evenings in Japanese, bro, on a 13-inch CRT TV. Now that's old school. People don't know about that. They don't, but it's real. And we would sit there watching those episodes with no clue what they were saying, but it was Dragon Ball. We felt like we had the inside road, you know, into something. Shala, head shala. Come on, man. It's locked in there. It's locked in there. So yeah, I could go on and on about Dragon Ball Z. The action, the leveling up, transformations. We didn't even really know about transformations to that level in that manifestation, but Dragon Ball Z showed us. The enemies, Trunks, you know, all sorts of stuff. An easy number 5, and very appropriate leading into the top half of the list. Timeless. Like I said, there was a time when Dragon Ball wasn't as saturated into the culture as it is now. So back then it was very novel, it was very awesome, and yeah, an easy number 5. Number 4, Fooly Cooly. Okay? Now we're getting into heavyweights. We'll talk about these the heavyweight, but like knockout punches. Fooly Cooly, season 1. There are 4 additional seasons that I have to watch actually, but season 1, the first broadcast, that's what I'm going with. 6 episodes. Yeah. Fooly Cooly did in those 6 episodes, as you've probably heard before, but I'll say it again because it's worth repeating. It does more in those 6 episodes than many anime do in like 5 or 6 seasons. Like, without question. It's just that good. Fooly Cooly came on at night. So it additionally had the mystique of like, it's late, I'm like half awake, half asleep, I got school. So you're like in this like pseudo dream state, you know, that like, y'all know what I'm talking about. You're like in this in-between state. And it being broadcast at that time probably definitely added more to its mystique, but it's just awesome, man. The music, Lord Conti, Firestarter, classic episode. Shout out my brother, it's one of his favorite episodes of TV ever. At any rate, it's just, they nailed it. And Fooly Cooly in those 6 episodes, you're like, okay, it's all, you know, very story driven, you know, turning to the point. It has some of the best action of any anime, without question. Like, the fighting in that show is legit. Lord Conti, the spin kick, y'all know what I'm talking about. The final fight, all-time stuff. Yeah, Fooly Cooly, I could go on and on. The integration of the manga into the show itself, Furi, like, oh my goodness, yeah. It's just an amazing show. Top-notch animation, progressive animation even. We're talking all-time stuff here. Fooly Cooly was actually 3rd on my list, but another anime recently overtook it. But it's just at that level. You know what I'm saying? Always will be. So Fooly Cooly shout out number 4 was number 3 for a long time, but I have a new number 3, and this is it. My number 3 anime of all time. Crazy. Even though this came out in the 2010s. So we're talking like, you know, 12 years ago, maybe less, right in that time frame. But it's so OP and it's so legit that it has to go up here. And we're talking the one, the only, oh my, Izuku Midoriya, My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia. This show is OP to like an extreme extent. It's just too good. It's just too good. As I've said multiple times in some other videos, I don't want to be like that old school person who's like, oh, you know, when I was blah, 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 then. But in the 2010s, something happened and anime just seemed different. Personally, I just didn't like it as much. Not bad. Animation has gotten way better, actually. And it was already good when I was a kid, but it's gotten even better. Just the story, something about it, like the way it hits your heart, not quite the same. Yeah, man, that's not the case with My Hero. They dug back into the treasure troves, like, of what makes anime what it is, what makes it, you know, legit, and they did that. The show is just too good. Come on, man. All Might, like somewhere like surpassing the Hulk. Not really quite up there. It's Superman, that's something different. But like, I would put All Might, he's actually like stronger than the Hulk. Stronger than the Hulk. Punching the air, changing the weather. The comedy, the powers, the uniqueness of the power set of the characters, the quirk system, the way it like is very a serious show, but also kind of funny. I mean, you've got Tsukuyomi, who's a very powerful character, but he has like a falcon head. You've got characters like my man with the balls, but he like actually is pretty powerful. It never is, it's not scared to make fun of itself, but it's also not scared to be serious. It's an amazing show. This is before you even get to the animation, which is at the highest level of like, you know, basically any show that's out right now. Bones does it, so you know it's good. Like, bro, I don't want to give away too many spoilers here, but there are some fights in here that are just insane. Anything involving All Might, anything involving Midoriya, you know what you're getting into. They're at season 6 right now. I'm actually reviewing the show here on this channel, and you know, it's as good as it's ever been. It's better. This is a must watch, and as of this day, over all these anime that I saw, you know, minimum 10 plus years ago, it climbed over all of them. Deservedly so, because it's just that good. This is My Hero Academia we're talking about. Highly recommended, #3 anime of all time. Go watch it. Number 2, now we're getting into the ones that are like, you know, like bombs that just like blow stuff up. Real good stuff. Real good stuff. The #2 anime of all time is Samurai Champloo. And it was #1 for a long time, until our current #1, but we'll get to that in a second. Samurai Champloo. It's almost indescribable. Again, this show came out in 2005. I remember, it was my first semester at college. And we had I think it was a 13 or 15 inch TV there in the dorm. And I remember tuning into Samurai Champloo. No. Samurai Champloo came out in 2004, actually, in Cartoon Network. And it finished up during my first semester in college. That's what it was. So I finished it up there. OP. The music, the animation, Gene, Mugen. It's just too good. The fighting, like everything about Samurai Champloo, again, I brought up the dream state with Fooly Cooly. It has that dream state element as well. You often saw it at night, so you're almost like hypnotized. So it's like, what am I watching? Every episode, there's nothing wasted in the whole show. Even like the funny episode, I'm not going to tell you what the theme is in case you haven't seen it, because you need to go watch it, is like, oh, there are actually 2 funny episodes. The second of which is like, very kind of strange, but they're all good. And it doesn't stop from the moment that the main characters meet up all the way till the end. Oh, the end. It's just legit. It's actually beautiful. Yeah, this is one of those shows that has no filler episodes. It doesn't even have any like filler frames. This show doesn't have any wasted frames in the entire show. Think about that. Yeah, it was my #1 anime for a long time. And then when you get into episodes, I don't want to give away, I won't give away any spoilers because it's just worth it. You got to see it yourself. #2 anime of all time, period. Everything on here is highly recommended. That's why it's on the list. But Samurai Champloo, come on, man, get the box set. Get the action figures, you know what I'm saying? Get you a replica sword if you want. You're gonna need that. This is a top tier production and like film history, you know what I'm saying? I really do put it that high, and you need to go watch it. Samurai Champloo, #2 anime of all time. Was #1, except for the new #1, which is the best anime of all time. And #1 is Naruto. Yes. The best anime, the #1 anime of all time is Naruto. You heard it here first. Naruto just does what no other show did. My Hero is working its way there, possibly, but you know, season 3, it might even keep it from reaching that point. Like, Naruto just did everything at such a high level, and it's just an amazing production in the full sense. Naruto is an endlessly positive show. If you go and watch Naruto, it's poignant because I just finished the original series just a few months ago. So it's very, very fresh in my mind. I'm like an adult. That's what they call it in culture. You know, I'm an adult. So I'm sitting there watching the show in the middle of the day, not even at night, you know what I'm saying? In the middle of the day. By the end of some of those episodes, on the verge of tears. Tears! This wasn't 15 years ago. This was like 2 months ago. It's, man, my ninja way. When they start, man, nah. Because Naruto is just always going, man. He's always going forward. And it's amazing. And Naruto has everything in spades as well. I used to think for whatever reason that the original series, the animation wasn't that good. Nah, man. It's legit. It's OP. Even back to Zabuza, like the first few episodes, it's really good. So it's got that going for it. It's got the animation, the fight scenes. Oh, the fight scenes. Naruto if the show wasn't so good, it would just be a story of the fight scenes. I want to get into specific stuff, but if you haven't seen it, I don't want to ruin anything. Because when I saw it, everything was fresh to me. So I want you to experience it for yourself. But the show is just amazing. This is a light spoiler, but for the people who have seen these shows, I want to really let you know why Naruto is #1. Because a lot of anime are inspirational. This one's very inspirational. But why is it #1? 2 things did it. This is in Shippuden, so like, you know, the more action heavy, well, they're both action heavy. The next part of the series, Kakashi Gaiden. When I first saw Kakashi Gaiden, And remember, this came out with no introduction. Saw this on Crunchyroll. You know what I'm saying? You just, weekly episodes, you see it when you see it. There's no preview. Before, minus the end of the previous episodes. But whatever comes on, you're just gonna watch it. And I don't think this one had a preview actually. But it was suddenly Kakashi's a kid and it told Kakashi's life story, which actually ends literally when he meets the kids, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, like meets them and starts training them. That's the actual legit end of his backstory, like literally the next day. So when we meet Kakashi, he's fresh off of all the events that have like shaped him. You think they happen like deep in the past? Nah, it picks up right at that point in the story. Insane. So he's still like kind of in it, but when he meets, Team 7, that's when he basically starts getting out of it. So, but the story of Kakashi's life and how they put this in an anime, it was like a movie type stuff. And like I've said, you can argue if anime is for kids. I don't really know, man, because these are like some adult themes. It was amazing and it was very grown up. So I was like, whew. But even when I saw that, after Kakashi Gaiden, Samurai Champloo was still number one because it's just that good. It's insane. It's just an OP show. But when I saw Itachi Shinden, that's when Naruto elevated itself to the number one anime of all time. There ain't nothing like Itachi Shinden anywhere else, anywhere, period. And when I saw it again, it was during the war. During the 4th Great Shinobi War, into the series, although it's wrapping up, basically every episode had action, but the series was coming to its conclusion. And out of nowhere, again, no preview, and I remember specifically, there was no preview for this. It just, Itachi's a kid, and it's like telling his life story. I'm like, we've seen this so many times, and after seeing Naruto again, the original, I've seen how many times they replay Sasuke and Itachi's story. I even skipped through it sometimes. I hate to say that. I even skipped ahead because they kept showing it. And I've seen the series before. But this, nah. This was his actual life story. It was so well done, so adult, so grown up with the themes. And so, I don't use the word perfect, especially for like media productions. If it's appropriate, I might use it. It was almost as close to perfect as you can get. It was absolutely insane. And it was so good. The animation, the true story of Itachi, because we already knew he was a hero by this point, but this is like how he became who he was. Just seeing his power, his overwhelming internal power and talent and intelligence from when he was a baby, basically. And they put it all in 2 episodes, Itachi Shinden. 2 episodes of power. 2 of the finest, 2 of the best episodes of anime, maybe animation, I've ever seen. I could probably try and put it up against some stuff from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't like doing comparisons anyway. But it's the best. That's a comparison. The point is, it's amazing. Let me get to the point. Yeah, man. And after that, I sat back. I remember what I was doing then too. I remember where I was, and I was like, oh, this is actually the number one anime of all time. Maybe the number one animation, but definitely the number one anime because it's just too good. Itachi Shinden. Bro, go watch that. Yeah, you're not gonna find too much stuff like that anywhere. And I could go deeper and deeper into why Naruto's so good, the character, the development, Shikamaru, Might Guy, I can go on and on. But yeah, man. Yeah, Naruto Uzumaki, never go back on my word, my ninja way, is number one. It's the number one anime of all time. And there you go. That's the list. Those are the top 10 anime of all time. And that's all there is to it. These are great shows, man. These are great shows. So I know there's going to be some debate. People will be talking about it, but that's good. That's what we need. But I've got some additional comments here to stack on. First of all is the honorable mention. So a necessary honorable mention for top 10 of all time is Konosuba. Or the full title, Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World. Konosuba is the other anime in the 2010s I would actually say is good. It's just good. It's funny. It's got everything you want in there. The animation is great. Action. It's very funny. Megumin, Darkness, Konosuba herself, the main character. It's just a legit show and definitely worthy of an honorable mention. One of the best anime of the 2010s. Is it best anime of all time status? I don't know, but I had to shout it out because it's that good, especially for coming out during the last decade. So now, bless you. I got some additional comments because I feel like these are necessary. watching these or listening to these 10 anime, there's some that most people would think are so obvious. There has to be a reason, that it's not on the list, short of me being insane. Not insane, so there's actual reasons that these aren't on here, and we're gonna go into it. So, One Piece. One Piece, obviously popular. The reason One Piece isn't on the list for me is it's not even that it's too long. In the beginning, the animation was so, I don't want to say subpar. To me, the animation didn't hook me at the beginning. It just didn't. And I've tried to go back and watch it, but those first episodes, the animation is just too rough. I can't watch it. That's why One Piece isn't on the list for me. Death Note. Some people say Death Note is the best anime of all time. And at the very least, it's one that you literally have to watch. I have no problem with that. I love anime with or any show with where intellects are battling, quote unquote, smart characters, light. I know the general story, even more than general. But anything, if you watch my videos, you know this about me. Anything with demons or any sort of kind of out there spiritual themes, I can't really get into. So that's why I've never watched Death Note, but I know it's good. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the whole gamut of it, also a classic show. Is it even top 10 anime status by itself? I don't know. Dio Brando's one of my favorite characters of all time. Zawaruda! I mean, we all know that. We all know what's up. So, I know it's legit. The reason it doesn't make it for me is because some of the scenes are just too gross. When Dio's sucking people's blood, and I've seen these weird I've just seen some weird scenes from it. I can't watch it. That's why JoJo's not on the list for me. Hunter x Hunter. Oh man. I was deep into Hunter x Hunter. I was watching Hunter x Hunter on Hulu. Literally it's gonna be one of my next favorite anime. But the clown, y'all know his name. His affinity for younger people it got too overt. I had to stop watching it. I'm why is this even in a show? That's why Hunter x Hunter doesn't make it for me. Never even finished it for that reason. Attack on Titan. Whew, man. Another show that I can recognize is all time is OP. So why isn't it on the list for me? Attack on Titan, again, it has a lot of gore. I'm just not into that. Can't sit there and watch it. But yeah, one night I did go on a slight binge, and I read the whole story, beginning to end, on the Attack on Titan wiki in the middle of the night with my phone this close to my face. It took about an hour, but I read everything, learned about all the characters, and it's just, man, that is a great story. Attack on Titan is kind of to me like Lord of the Rings, or maybe even Game of Thrones, which I haven't seen, but I know the story is very advanced. It's how did a person even write this? It is very advanced. Just most people, 99% of people, 99.999% of people can't even write something like that. It's amazing. But the actual show itself, it just has too many of those gore elements. I just can't watch it. That's why Attack on Titan is on this list. Bleach. Nothing wrong with Bleach. It can make people's top 10 lists, and I'm sure it's on a lot of people's top 10 lists, if not, top 5, top 3. But it just doesn't make it for me against shows like Naruto. And I've tried to watch Bleach. The demon element is kind of a little more subtle, so it's not as in your face as maybe Death Note or Jujutsu Kaisen or something like that, or Demon Slayer. So I could kind of watch Bleach, and I know it has great characters, Aizen, Ichigo, the list goes on and on and on, Yamamoto. But yeah, it just didn't catch me, and it is against shows like Naruto. It's kind of similar. It just didn't catch my attention to that level. But Bleach is great, can't deny that. But that's why it's not on this list. Full Metal Alchemist, another anime which people legitimately just say is the best anime of all time. Hands down, it's number one. That, Death Note. There are some other ones. Some people say Attack on Titan. The creepy elements. Great show, a lot of action, intellectual character, Edward Alwick. It's a great show, what I've seen of it. And I even sat down and again, most of these I've actually tried to watch, but for various reasons, just couldn't catch on or get through it. When they started introducing it was a philosopher's stone, this creature they revived, it just has too many creepy, weird creatures, those weird elements, kind of dark elements. So I just couldn't watch it. But I know it's a great show, but that's why it's not on the list. Cowboy Bebop. All right. This is maybe the only one that might actually make people mad. I just don't like it. Cowboy Bebop, it's just not the show for me. It's too slow. And I've tried to watch it a couple times. And the fact that it came on at night definitely has something to do with it, but I've tried to watch it in the daytime. It's just too slow. And with full knowledge that it's from the same creator, or Samurai Champloo is the next show, which I consider superlative by any standard. It's just great. I know Cowboy Bebop has the music. It's got Spike Siegel, who is the best part of that show. His fighting, his swag, everything like that. Obviously the animation, top tier. Same, creator as Samurai Champloo. This is like way out there type stuff. But Cowboy Bebop, if I had to pin it down to a single reason why it's not on this list, for me it's just too slow. And that's all I have to say. Keep riding on, or however that phrase goes, Space Cowboy. Last but by no means least, Evangelion. You've probably seen the other things on this list, Gundam, maybe Samurai Champloo, Fooly Cooly, so on and so forth. Just the style, Gurren Lagann. You're like, yo, where's Evangelion? It's kind of in there. It definitely is in there. There are two reasons why Evangelion doesn't make this list. Number one, I haven't finished it. I'm in the second part, so I'm actually almost done with the show. But why haven't I finished it? Whereas all anime have dark elements, because this is debatable, again, if anime is even really for kids, but that's another conversation for another video, versus Naruto, which is very, very, very uplifting, to the point of like putting you into tears. It's just a crazy show, and it's crazy positive, just beautiful. Evangelion has dark moments, but it just stays dark. Evangelion is one of those rare shows that I qualify as like depressing. You walk away from it and you're like, what did I just watch? Also, did I need to watch that? Yeah, but animation, oh my God. The fight scenes, the thought, just the thinking power that went to that show is on another level. The themes, what's actually happening, Evangelion is insane. And I need to finish it. Like I said, it's a little bit depressing. I'm not trying to be feeling down at any point, ever. But it's just good, and I'm already like 85% of the way through it. I need to finish it, but that's why it's not on the list. Haven't finished it, and also I haven't finished because it's a little too depressing, personally. And that's it. There are definitely some other anime that I can get into that people consider like standouts that aren't on this list, and that's okay, no big deal. But those I thought were the most blatant, that people would be like, has he seen anime? Why isn't that anime on the list? And that's it. This was a super fun video to do. This is the top 10. This is what we do. We debate, we go back and forth what we like, comic book characters, anime, video games. Super fun. Good to get these thoughts out, just dope. Yeah, man, so tune in, you'll know what I'm about. Just did the Black Adam review. That video was a lot of fun. It really was, because that movie was good, period. Not gonna tell you the rating, but go watch the video. But I will tell you right here, go watch that movie. Highly recommended. My Hero. The next episode 5 of this season, is coming out at the time of recording. This is Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday, 3 days, Saturday. Thursday, I can count. Obviously, again, My Hero, I don't even have to really tell you. The rating, I just have to sit here and tell you how dope it was. Like, that's the level that the show is on, and y'all know that, so we're out here. That's on Saturday. The next major release will be Black Panther. That's on November 11th, which is literally just around the corner at this point. I mean, it's October 26th at the time of recording this, so almost exactly 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks in like 1 day. 2 weeks and 2 days, 31st. So, hey man. Yeah, that's Marvel's comeback film in my mind. Super stoked for it. Namor, got a new Black Panther in there, got a version of Iron Man, Riri Williams, Ironheart. Stoked. Let's go. And that's it. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know I'm holding y'all down on all things nerd culture. Even that term is kind of derogatory, nerd culture. I'll think of something for that later. But I'm holding y'all down on everything anime, video games, comic books. Come on, man, shout out. You know how we do. And that's it. As I always say, because I genuinely mean it, this is a real deal. It's that life knowledge. Stay up. You don't want to be this way, be this way. Watch some Naruto, get pumped up. That's a good way to get pumped up, actually, watch some Naruto. And that's all I got from you. For you, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Peace.